Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Karina here with another video. So today's video will be on actually this hair, and I don't know if you guys recognize it, but it is from my video What They Don't Tell You About Sensationals, What Lace. I can't remember the title of it, but I will link it here or somewhere up top so you guys can go check that out. So the reason I came back and made this video is just because there were some comments down below like, oh, wig is trash, and like I did mention, like, it doesn't hold up, it's not the greatest wig. And there was one person who commented and mentioned steaming the hair, and I was like, I'm gonna try that out. So that is what this video is going to be about, and this is the hair 2.0. So if you're interested in hearing and seeing how I got this to, this state, keep watching. Alright folks, you know the drill, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe like I always ask you guys to do. And now that we got that out of the way, let's get into this hair. Okay, so this was, I can't even remember her name. It's not Kamaya. Her name was Kiyari from the What Lace Cloud9 Sensational line. She's like the 13x6. You can part her anywhere, but I'm not about to mess this up, etc, etc, etc. So when she came out the package, she was the bomb, and then like a couple days in, she was a mess. Like the ends were ratty, they were like frizzing up, it was just a disaster. So after reading the comments and, you know, talking back to some of the people who responded on the video, someone recommended steaming, so I went ahead and I YouTubed like some people, like, how do you steam a wig and what do you need, etc, etc. All right, so before we get into the actual video of me steaming the hair and the final outcome, as well as a full day wear test and the results after a day of not brushing the hair, I did want to answer some questions up front so you guys can get the drill before you get on into all of that. So first question that's gonna come up is, where do you get the steamer and how much does the steamer cost? So I picked up the steamer from Amazon. Shout out to Amazon Prime, it came in one day. And this is the Butyrol handheld garment steamer, 30-second fast heat up. It's a relatively good steamer. I don't have any issues with it, and I will be using it on my clothes. Does it work? Does it work? So you guys can see the hair now. There's movement in the hair. There was no movement before. I will take a comb and I will show you guys the fact that I can comb through it with a rat tail. This is live. Oh, there's a little bit of snag in there. There you go. It moves, as you guys can see. Remember I was talking about in the last video, like, all these Instagrammers like, oh my god, I love this hair, moves, and then like it doesn't move the next day. So it's back to moving. It's back to what it used to do before. Does it go back to what it was like before it came out of the package? No, nothing will ever do that. Nothing will bring it back to that point, but it does get it much closer. It does get it to a state where it's now wearable again. It does get it to back to the shine and luster, like, okay, like maybe you only wore it a couple days since you got it. So do I think it's worth it? Do I think it works? Absolutely. Does it take a lot of time? Yes, which leads me into my next question. How long does it take? So it took me about an hour and a half to steam through this hair. One thing to keep in mind is that depending on how long you let the hair fall apart, you will have to cut off some of the ends. You will have to do like a lot of steaming, going over the same sections over and over again to get it to work. Just because, like, there were some ends on here where I was like, yeah, no. So that goes into my next question, is how often do I recommend doing this? I would recommend that if you wear the wigs daily, that this is something you do at least once a week or once or every other week. Keep in mind, heat on the hair is damaging, but if you're wearing it that frequent, you don't want it to get to a state where it's like unbearable. There's no fixing it, because that's when you're gonna have to cut off a lot of the ends, change the style of the hair, because it's like if you have something like this, it would end up being here because you have to cut off all the ends. So I do have an example. Let me find it. So this is my Karina wig, and this would be an example of when you should go ahead and steam the hair. So it still moves, but you can start to see the ends getting a little bit fried. this is the state you want. You don't want it when the hair is like, okay, I'm gonna go steam it now. Like, try not to let it get to that point. Try to, like, after a week of wearing it, like if it's looking a little rough, just go in, quickly steam the ends, and make sure you maintain it instead of, as I mentioned before, leaving it a month, 2 months, and then be like, oh, let me save it. It's not gonna happen. Another wig that I had that I actually recently steamed is this one. So I did want to show you guys, let me back up, the movement on this bad boy. And I will also insert a picture here so you can see what it looked like. It wasn't it. And this is one of those ones that I left for a while, so a lot of the ends actually had to go. But as you can see, like, this is moving. It's saved. It's completely saved. And that is thanks to my steamer. So do I recommend it? I absolutely do recommend it. If you do have time, if you're a big synthetic fan, then I recommend getting yourself a quality steamer and steaming the shit out of these wigs, because we are actually spending way too much money on these wigs to be throwing them away. So without further ado, let's just get into the video of me actually steaming it.
Alright guys, so here is the wig. Again, as I mentioned, I got really excited and I just started without taking pictures, but the left side that I just showed you, it was steamed. The right side is what isn't steamed, so you can see the ends are a little rough compared to what I had fixed on the left. It's a little bit puffier, a little bit thicker, so I'm going to show you guys right now how we fix the mattress. So you can go ahead and take your steamer, and then just take your rat tail comb or a brush, whatever you may want to use, and kind of just like how you straighten your wigs with the following method. Like, you follow the comb with the steamer and you follow the comb all the way down to the ends. And you kind of just go over the entire wig over and over and over and over and over again until you start to see the end straightening out. You start to see it reverting back to what you originally used to seeing. Another quick trick is, if you want the ends to kind of flip under, use a rounded brush. That would really help. So here you can see I've straightened it, but there's still some like kinks in the hair at the end. Some of those are gonna have to get cut and have to go, which is really sad. But I mean, the steamer isn't working magic, you know. There's only so much you can do. So here, what you'll find me doing is just sectioning off the hair, because when you kind of just do the whole unit as a whole, you're really just getting the top of the unit, you're not really getting underneath, which is where a lot of the problem areas are. So I went in and I sectioned the head wig in half, and then I focused again on the bottom ends specifically, because those kinks they really weren't coming out, and that's what really took the longest amount of time. So again, don't wait until your wig is at that state. Try to fix it a little bit earlier. So here you'll see me going in and just trimming off some of those pieces that I just really couldn't get out. I just decided to cut them off. Just sad, because I love the length of this hair, but it is what it is. And then I kind of just do that throughout the entire wig, so you'll see it. Just me going in, any random pieces that wouldn't cooperate just got cut, like these friends. And that just kind of continues. I'm gonna let you guys just keep watching the magic happen. And again, super important here, just please make sure to focus on the ends. Even if like the top is looking great, the ends are what will be crucial to the wig lasting. As you know, like once those ends start to come together and stick together, like the rest of the wig, no matter how great the top is, it's not gonna work. Alright, so another thing that I found, and this was just honestly learning as I go, I decided to flip over the wig. And the reason for this is just because, again, underneath is where the problems are. The matting happens in the back, the tangling happens back there. The steamer's not getting there when the wig is flipped over. So I was like, let me flip it around. So that's kind of what I did. Quick tip, try it out, tell me how that works. But I then went in and I really got to the back of that hair. I really got in and I really worked, and I found that worked wonders for the wig. I was so happy with how it came out. And then after you're done, you basically just take off the wig, flip it over, and even just in my hand, you guys can see, like, it just looks like, yeah, that's the move. Like, is that a human wig? It might just be like the way that it's moving. So let's go ahead and brush it out with a paddle brush. And you can just see it moving, and it was not moving, I kid you not, before. Like, I could not wear this wig before, and now it's literally almost like it just came out the pack. Ends look beautiful, like everything just really came together here. Just really happy with the results. And then I just comb it out so you guys can kind of get an idea, you know, how it looks now that it's trimmed. And look at that, come on. And that's that.
All right, guys, so this is what the hair looks like after a day of wearing it now, after being steamed. So there's a little bit, it's a little bit like, this hasn't been brushed or anything like that, but you can see it's still not the ends don't feel choppy. Looks like that. Moments there. And let me just brush it out so I can show you guys what it looks like. All right, so here's your girl brushed out. Everything is back on track. Hands running through. And she looks great. She looks great. So I am here for the steaming. I feel like instead of throwing away all of those wigs that I had, like, she was going in the garbage. And now look, she's totally fine. One brush, she's totally back to normal. All right, guys, so that's it for the video. I do want to say thank you guys so much for supporting, watching the videos. I see you guys. I see the new subscribers. I really do appreciate it. Let me know if there's any wigs that you want me to review, any other questions that you guys might have. I am here to help. So, see you guys in another one.